Hey guys, this is Jay Lethal, the Blend Machismo, and woo, the Nature Boy, and you're listening to the Potsy and Tino Show.
Ladies and children of all ages, the Pots and Pans Network brings to you Take Auntie, and I don't, bitch. Brings to you the tag team champions of the world, the Potsy and Tino Show. That's right, Tino Gray, Rob Potsy Pochak, your favorite wrestling guys on a Thursday night. Tino, our theme song, as always, is brought to you by Adam's House Cats, called The Wrestling Song. It's available on iTunes for 99 cents. 99. Sure. 99, bitch. Tino, do you want to tell everybody what tonight is?
It's Thursday.
Correct. Anything else?
Impact comes on here.
I mean, it's December 22nd.
2 days before
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it?
It's 3 days before the birth of Jesus.
Is it anything special?
I got gas.
So you're saying no?
It's Rob's birthday, yo, everybody. Say happy birthday, Rob. Woo! He's 45.
And Joe Lowe already says happy birthday. So thank you, Joe Lowe. I truly appreciate it.
Facebook apparently doesn't like you because they don't want people saying happy birthday to you.
So can I tell you about that?
Okay.
So today at like 4:45 in the morning, my phone went bzz, 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 and I was like, "The fuck is my phone going off for?" You know, why am I waking up at it more than anything else, right? Because I mean, I got my mask on. I'm that is, trying to breathe, whatever. Anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I pull it up and I go to Facebook, and my buddy Eric, who has been my partner in crime in comic books for 25 years now, ever since we did Busty the Vampire Murderer with our buddy Anthony Furtado. I might try to find you a copy of it tonight before you leave. Yes. One of my parody books. But Eric and I have been working together for 25 plus years on comics. So I got a message at 4:45 in the morning that said, "Hey, to the guy that I've been working on with comics the most for the longest period of time, happy birthday." And I'm like, "Great, okay, I got my first birthday message. Now let's try to go back to sleep." I couldn't go back to sleep. Like, I literally have been up since 4:45 in the morning because my body just, when it turns on, it does not turn off. But anyway, so when I got up at like 8 o'clock in the morning to like get up and start like doing my normal shit, I didn't have any birthday messages.
You didn't work today, did you?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. No, I worked for like the first 2 hours.
Okay.
But I was like, I don't have any birthday messages. What the fuck is going on? Like normally by now I got like 30, 40 birthday messages. I got 1,300 followers on my Facebook page. So I'm like, I should have like 50. But I had zero. And I'm like, and the even weirder thing is I was getting actual Facebook messages through Messenger.
Yeah.
Of it. And I'm like, why are people messaging me? Like I've never had I was like, is this the new thing? Is this like what people are doing now, is sending me messages through Messenger?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, because I changed my profile to a professional profile.
Oh, is that what it is? Because I noticed this. So
Tino's showing me right now.
Yours, see how this is right on the timeline? Yours doesn't say it. There's right on the timeline, but then theirs doesn't have right on the timeline. So some of them, for some reason, don't have right on the timeline.
So if they're not public profiles, a
I
lot
wonder
of
if
times
that's
they
what it
won't.
is.
But mine is a professional profile now, because mine will actually show me how many people, if I post something, have looked at it.
How did you go to professional?
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm glad it is a professional profile, because with my comic books and everything else, I want it to be a professional, because I want.
How do you know this?
I mean, because I know that at some point I set it up to be one, because I think when I got my Instagram back and I set up the professional profile on that, it asked if I wanted to do it with Facebook. So I did it all at once.
But why wouldn't you do your personal? Why wouldn't you do like because you have a junior high horror
Because I think
why wouldn't that be the professional one?
Because I think my actual Facebook profile had like 1,300, and my Potsy comic book writer one was like 400. So there were more people involved with the Rob Potsy Potchak one. So I was just like, yeah, let's make that a professional profile.
So I don't have to worry about next year, because I turned 50 in July. I want to make sure I get all my shits.
Oh, so you want to leave yours open?
Yeah. So
because I'll be 100% honest with you, Tino. And I think I said this last year on our show, the week of my birthday.
It's digital creators. I don't know that.
I don't know. I don't know. But I do think that when you talked to me about my birthday last year, I was like, I want everybody to wish me a happy birthday on my Facebook, because I count how many people actually do it. And don't even lie, you do the same shit.
I know.
He fucking does, folks. Don't. He just said he wants to see how many people sit there and do that. So we know that he actually does keep count to all this stuff. Don't fucking lie.
Yeah. I saw same people like that. I got 1,278 people.
Yeah, see, I've got over 1,300 now. But anyway, last week you missed it. You know, we did my birthday party at Raleigh Beer Garden, had karaoke. It was a lot of fun. Tonight, though, you came out. We had a couple of adult beverages.
And you do cracking me up telling you. So
oh, Matt. So my buddy Matt, who
supposed to be in the chat.
I really should try to invite him to this. The problem is that, like, if I try to do it, it's gonna take us away from the actual video and everything for a couple minutes. So I'm gonna try to do it real quick.
Just keep talking.
Well, I don't. It's not pull. The iPad is such a pain in the ass for this stuff. Show keyboard. There we go. There he is.
I'm not friend him on Facebook.
Sure. Should.
What was his last name?
Torres. Folks, I'm trying to paste something in here, and it's not doing it, which is really annoying. It's really not doing it. So I don't think I can do it, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, and now it's not letting me get back to the to our actual
show's over.
No, I'll get back to it, but damn it, this is annoying as shit.
We're still here.
I hope. Are we? I don't even know. Like, it literally isn't letting me. Open window. No.
still hear you.
All right,
Michael Turner said there's no picture yet.
we're back. So, unfortunately, I don't know what the hell happened.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Anyways. So, I don't know what happened there.
Well, we tried. What's that say now?
What do you mean? What does it say?
At the bottom, Michael Turner.
Oh, it says Michael Turner says, okay, pick and sound now. So he can hear us. Matt Torres said link.
Can you send it from your phone?
I can try. Hold on.
All right, so
Tino, why don't you talk about what happened with you this week?
I'm on vacation, so I didn't do much.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it.
I didn't do much of shit. So I slept a lot, and I did run some errands. I had to finish up Christmas shopping. Got shit ready for. Haley came home. My daughter came home Tuesday from college, and so we just been chilling with her and having fun. We went to the mall today because Cole had last minute stuff to get. We had last minute stuff to get from Haley. And we, and Matthew. So we said we'll make a day of it. So we got to the mall. We went and ate in the food court and went and finished Christmas shopping. Then I got home. I'm like, I'm tired. And I text Rob. I'm like, are you? Because he texted me. Said, I'm going to be at Ruckus at 4. I'm like, well, I'm still in the mall. Because he texted me. It's like 3:30. I'm like, I'm still in the mall.
It's true.
And so we went to finish doing the shopping in the mall and came home. And now I have to wrap all my shit. I'm looking forward to wrapping because I wrapped like a 2-year. You can tell that I wrapped it. Like, we know who this is from. So then I make Haley wrap all my presents for me. So she has to wrap hers, and then she has to wrap all mine. Because I'm like, I don't like it. What are you doing? Are you still working on it?
I have it now.
He's sending the link to Matthew, so Matthew will be on shortly.
So betray you.
Trey, yeah, I saw that when I friended him on Facebook. Went and got my mom. So my mom's been having problems with her computer, and she has a computer that she really doesn't need a whole lot because she's a preacher. So she does her reports and she does all that stuff in Word and what's it, PDF stuff, and then she looks at the internet. So I didn't want to get her a new computer. And the laptop she had was old because it's from the same guy. He just like rebuilt a computer and a laptop and gave it to her, but it's like well outdated. So I just said, fuck it, and I bought her a Chromebook. But then I'm like, dude, I know my mom used to have a Gmail. I'm like, well, what's your Gmail? She goes, I don't remember. So I gotta either try to sign in her Gmail and say forgot password, or we gotta set her a whole new, because she's Yahoo now. So I'll have to set her a whole new Gmail account up so she can use the fucking Chromebook. It's gonna be fun. I had
So
I already drank today.
So everybody out there, I gave Tino something that I like to call a peanut butter cup shot, which is Yingling Hershey's chocolate porter and Screwball whiskey.
Yeah, you sort of like dark, but
it'll be fine. So you take a sip off your peanut butter whiskey, and then you take a sip off your beer. How's that taste?
not bad.
Tastes like a peanut butter cup.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. So there you go. Tino's always worried that I'm gonna like fuck with him like massively, but
That's because I got dry.
But I don't ever fuck with you massively.
Yeah.
Like if you drink all of that, it's like one drink.
I know, but I had like double whatever.
You'll be all right.
Whatever, yeah.
We'll have you drink some water and, you know.
Yeah.
Not the glow in the dark water over there though.
No.
I won't have you drinking it. I won't have you drinking it. If Tino didn't talk about that the night I showed you the Walking Dead whiskey bottle.
What the fuck is that?
Tino's like Tino looks at me and he goes, "What? That shit glows in the dark." And I'm like, "Yeah."
I'm not drinking that.
And he goes, "Rob, please tell me you don't drink that.
It was weighing a whole lot.
And I was like, no, I don't drink that. I poured that in there after I drank the entire bottle. He's like, oh, well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. What'd you do for your birthday, man?
What did I do for my birthday?
Well, you worked 2 hours a day, apparently.
I did work 2 hours today. I'll go ahead and say this. So at my job, I'm given I think the total is 193 PTO hours per year. Okay. So it's 23 days.
Yes.
So today, while I was there, I went to put my time in. After getting all of my time approved off, they're using 2 different systems, right? So I put all my time in through Workday, and then there's another system that actually says, hey, this is really how much vacation time you have. So if you had anything left over from last year, which I did, I had almost 2 full days left over from last year, it's not in Workday. So Workday won't let me input my time. And I'm telling my boss, I'm like, Amber, I got it. I'm leaving at 10:30 today. I need to have my time in there. And she goes, is it going to put you in a financial burden? And I'm like, well, yeah.
What's the financial burden like?
Well, because it's going to be 3 days of my time not accounted for on my next check.
Oh.
So I'm like,
so you work for free for 3 days.
But I didn't work. I had PTO time for those 3 days.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna put me in a burden. And she's like, well, I don't think they're gonna get it fixed. And I'm like, we've been working on this for 2 months now. Why is it that LabCorp still doesn't have my vacation time figured out? How is that the case?
You just say what you want.
I don't care.
Raise it up. I think that's what we learned last time, the table thing.
What about it?
It's got to be raised. Remember that?
What about it?
It's got to be raised. Remember? We figured that out last time.
Oh, to get it closer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But either way, I was like...
And not going to be switching.
But I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yes.
And I have been struggling and fighting with them over how much vacation time I had for the last month. And they finally said, okay, well, you've got enough for 2 full days and then 6.5 hours. So almost 3 full days.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I need Tuesday off for a personal thing.
Next week? This week.
This week. Put in for that. Put in for my birthday.
Today.
Originally, I had 8 hours scheduled for that, 8 hours scheduled for tomorrow.
What's the schedule thing you text me said got pushed?
So I said, okay, how about I cancel that, and then I'll just put in for the 14.5 hours I still have left. Because it was, like I said, 8, and 6.5. That's,
yeah.
It's 14.5 and 8, right? So I go to put it back in, and they're like, you don't have that much time. And I'm like, what the fuck do you guys mean I don't have that? We literally have been going back and forth about this for months. Yes, I have this much time. You need to let me put in my time off. January 1st of next year doesn't fucking matter because I'll have exactly the amount of time off that I'm allowed to have, and that's it.
Right.
193 hours. Cool.
Why didn't it start off like that this year?
Because I still had time left over from last year. But then they moved to a new system,
Gotcha.
Workday, and Workday's saying I don't have that much time off. And so my boss today sits there and goes, Rob, I don't think they're going to have it done in time to actually pay. And I'm like, I'm still taking the time off. I requested it, and it was approved. So they better figure out a way to put it in there. Tell you what I almost did. I almost just put it in as jury duty.
It's fucked up.
I didn't do it because I didn't want to bullshit them. I was like, I'll let you guys figure it out. But now it seems like I'm not going to get paid for it.
So 3 days she's just not getting paid for. Wow.
And I'm literally sitting there like, y'all need to figure this shit out. Like, why is it that one of the top 100 companies in America to work for doesn't know how to fucking do this shit?
That's a valid point.
And by the way, I don't think it's something they can fire me for, because that would be retaliation based on me feeling like I wasn't taken care of properly.
Fire you for what?
Well, for me sitting here talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that'd be retaliation. And the company has a no retaliation policy. But either way, I'm just really pissed off at the fact that it's probably going to take months to get paid back for the money that I'm supposed to get paid for regardless.
It's at will. They just fire you regardless. They don't need a reason.
It's a major corporation. You know how that is. Like, if they do that, then you have a lawsuit against them.
Okay.
And they wouldn't get, like, they're not going to sit there and throw a fit about this. Like, none of them watch this.
I was about to say, are they watching it?
But either way, it's still one of those things where, like, they should know better.
Yeah.
And when their system sits there and says, hey, you carried over 14 hours of vacation time from last year, I should be allowed to use my fucking carried over 14 hours of vacation. And so far, they have not allowed me to do that. And I'm pretty upset about it. But anyways, I do want to talk about, because we always like to talk about what's up with you.
I did that while you were trying to
figure out how to get Matt on the show. And Matt still hasn't joined, so I don't know what's going on. Sorry, Matt, if you're in the audience, welcome. If you're not able to join, I don't know what's going on. But
you raggedy bitch.
I mean, Stokely Hathaway, you raggedy bitch. Raggedy bitch. Like I felt like he was just sitting there, like, going, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, he just looked at me because he's talking to him. He goes, "This is the look on his face. You raggedy bitch." He did make me laugh. That popped me. Like he was like, I saw him. He was like, "You raggedy bitch."
It's the most I've popped about anything he's ever done.
That was a picture.
It says raggedy bitch.
It does not.
It does. It says right, but it's not letting me add him. Matt, if you're trying to be included as a raggedy bitch, that did not work. Make sure you have a camera available. But last week I was talking about a comic I was writing. It's still saying he doesn't have a camera. Here, Tino, is it letting me add him?
What's this?
It says I can ban him. I can kick him.
Why would I get you at him?
I don't know, because he doesn't have a camera. Matt, I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's not working.
Oh, message him. Tell you.
I don't have any messages from him either, so.
I can't need to have a
camera and microphone, but I started writing my new book,
right?
And I was telling you about it. I let you read it.
Yeah, it was good.
You didn't like some of the things, but I'll update that, and I'll.
Some of the language was corny. Yeah,
super corny.
Yeah, but the premise of it was fucking awesome and funny. It was funny.
Say that again.
Huh?
Say it again.
The premise was awesome and funny.
Is it something that you think, like, even just regular comic book readers will be like, I should pick this up?
Yeah, you tweak it. You make those tweaks. Yeah.
So I'm super excited. I actually updated some of the character designs because I was like, you know what, that character doesn't really fit this design. This character doesn't fit this. So one of the characters, Huamoa, that was in it. Okay, I'm gonna try to add again. Add to Matt, are you there?
I hear.
I can kind of hear you, Matt. Are you there? Homie.
There.
Oh! Oh, we finally got Homie on the screen. Hold on, let me see if we can. There we go. Oh, it's Hank. What's up, Hank?
He's excited.
Hank is like, I'm fast as fuck, yo. I'm fast as fuck. Look at Hank. Look at Hank. Matt, can you hear us? What's up, Hank? You're fast as fuck. Fast as fuck, bro.
This is why I didn't have a camera. Fast as fuck, boy.
Cutting in and out, man.
You're cutting in and out. What did you just say?
Stop walking.
Words.
Yeah, stop moving. Try that again.
He's still drinking. Now say something. Salute Rob.
Matt, seriously. Let's make sure that you're actually like coming through properly, because if not, we're gonna cancel you.
All right, say something. I gotta make sure you do a sound check.
Matt, seriously.
Can you hear us? I don't think you hear us. Matt,
Hello.
can you hear us?
What?
We can't hear you.
Daddy.
What? We can't hear you.
We cannot hear you.
You know how this works.
So
Oh, wait. What?
so go. Maybe.
Turn your TV off, jackass. That's what it is. He's got us on his TV.
No.
I hear echoes in the background. See, it's delayed. He's got the sound coming through the TV.
Maybe. I don't know what's happening anymore.
There it is.
Matt, just try to get us coming through on
What?
whatever on your phone camera.
I'm on my phone.
There you go.
Yeah. But
No. He was streaming it his TV, and that's what happened.
I turned it off.
There you go. You can hear us now.
are we good now?
Yeah, we're good.
You were good.
What are we doing besides saluting Rob?
Delay. Are you on the moon?
I can't hear anything you're saying.
Yeah. Do you have earbuds?
I'm looking for them. Hank is chasing me.
Why
I'm
do I
lost in my own house. I need adult supervision.
video right now?
Go, Hank. Go, Hank. Go. You're fast as fuck, boy. Ugh.
He literally looks like he's in a fucking Busta Rhymes video.
Why do you invite me to this shit? I don't know what I'm doing.
I can boot you.
Hold on.
There we go. Maybe. We'll see. This might work.
Can you
Under
hear
twin
us?
powers activate.
Oh, Jesus. Now he's frozen.
Should I just boot him? Are you there, Matt?
Guess not. Anyways.
Matt, are you there?
No. I am? Maybe. Possibly.
What? Your picture's frozen. I think you might just have a bad.
Are you on the moon?
The moon?
The moon.
Maybe.
Just go. Just go.
I don't know what I'm doing, Rob.
What do you want me to ask Matt?
No, Junior, doing what's up with you?
Matt, what's been going on with you?
Great question. Since the feds are watching, I can't tell you. However, not bad.
Do you want to show everybody your holiday shirt?
You see that?
Yeah.
I don't have long enough arms. I'm short. Short kings unite. Ugh.
So he's got me trying this damn peanut butter.
Yeah. We got Yingling chocolate porter.
Those are delicious. You have to do it with a shot of Chambord, though, and make it a chocolate peanut butter and jelly time.
Oh, I don't have that. But
Pro tip.
Peanut butter.
Or just the tip. Peanut butter useless.
Match. Ham, no burger.
What?
Butter, no jelly.
Ham, no burger. What are you talking
I'm going to watch Friday.
Everything's dead. This is dumb.
What do you mean this is dumb?
No, his earbuds aren't working.
No, exactly. They have this little charging pod and no light, and they're dead. So anyway.
So what else is new with you? Since we saw you.
Well, one of my friends had a birthday today, which is pretty cool. He's like 480, I think, or I don't know how Grillin's age. But happy birthday to him.
How Gorilla's age. And then you gotta salute him.
That's so mean. So mean. I don't know why Rob likes me. It's really weird. Why do you like me, Rob? Why?
You don't have a roof of your mouth anymore.
No, cause I ate an entire slice of pizza in 3 bites like an idiot, and now I'm gonna have heartburn for the next 48 hours. So win-win.
What did I do?
Why did you eat a whole piece of pizza?
Because he started shoving it in his mouth, and I said, get the whole thing in there.
Like, no.
What?
Yeah, it's one of those lack of
it's peer pressure.
That's the words. Thank you. You're educated. I'm not. Yeah. So it's kind of the whole theory of no balls won't do it.
Matt didn't need any peer pressure.
I don't.
Matt, why don't you tell the story about like our trip out on Monday night this week?
Monday for Rob's second early birthday extravaganza.
This bitch has been celebrating all week.
For 2 weeks.
Oh, so you are a basic bitch.
Yes.
No, I'm more than basic.
Damn.
What's more than basic?
Rob.
Is there elite basic? Is there tiers to being basic?
I don't even think it's basic. I think I'm just elite.
Oh.
But anyway, why don't you go ahead and tell the stories?
So no shit, there we were. We went to Ruckus, per usual, but they were having a Christmas party because they care about their staff, which is, hard to find these days, so kudos to them. We debated for a good solid 45 seconds on where I actually parked, which didn't really matter. So we said, hey, let's go somewhere else. We said, cool. Where do you want to go? Firebirds. Awesome. They have good drinks, great atmosphere. It's also very warm on a cold day. We walked inside. We were ignored. I guess we weren't bougie enough, or like, oh, it's a brown man. We can't serve him here. So we left promptly after that. Went over to Bad Daddy's because tots trump regular fries any day of the week. So we sit down the bar and just start doing what we're doing now. Nonsense. Non-sequitur nonsense, which we do best. And some old lady who is doing her best cougar action was like, oh, you guys are so funny. Are you an SNL skit? Like, no, we're just idiots.
She was like,
And then the bartender was like, no, seriously.
No.
Am I being punked or on bar flip show with the guy?
Bar rescue.
That's it, because I don't watch enough TV. And that went on for the better part of an hour and a half of just, yeah. They enjoyed it. We made that bartender's entire Monday and probably week, and was like invited back as a please, please, please come back because my life sucks without this in it.
That
So
really is like
we touched a lady's soul, but we were aiming for private parts and failed miserably. So a good night.
I like that Matt went frozen again when he said we went for private parts. It was like it was an amazing thing, because while we were sitting there, they kept showing commercials for the new Puss in Boots movie, right? And they were showing another DreamWorks animation movie, and Matt and I were trying to figure out which one it was, and I was like, which one do you think this is? And he goes, oh, this is probably Shrek. And I was like, well, it doesn't look like the original Shrek. Probably Shrek 2.
Crunchy ice, buddy? Yeah.
What's Hank doing? Are you getting Hank drunk?
No, I'll give him crunchy water.
Crunchy. Oh, so you're giving him ice cubes.
No, it's crunchy water in my house. Read a book. Scientific fact. Crunchy water.
What is crunchy water?
So the scientific name for it is called freezing. And that's when you take the non-crunchy water and then you put it into a cold atmosphere. And this atmospheric pressure takes said non-crunchy water, solidifies it, thus making it crunchy when you chew on it.
Atmospheric pressure.
Yeah. Bill Nye. We're tight.
So you're talking about ice water.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, I guess. Ice cubes? I make up 99% of the shit I say up, so.
So how is Mars this time of year?
It's cool. I'm just happy Elon's not here right now, because, like, he's the fucking worst. Did you see what he did to Twitter? That guy.
He is.
Anyways.
Twitter. There is no doubt about that.
So we kicked him off the planet, like, an eon ago, and he's just being a dickbag on Earth. But that's your problem, not mine, so good for you.
Whew. Whew. Okay.
And if I die tomorrow, you'll know why.
Because of Elon.
Elon Musk, not be confused with Elon Musk. I don't know that guy, or do I have any understanding of who or what he is.
Isn't Elon Musk like a smell?
No, Elon Tusk, he's a walrus.
He's a walrus, yeah.
That guy. Not to be confused with Elon Dusk, who is actually a time of day.
Wait, isn't Elon Dusk like a vampire?
Only if you invite him in.
Let the right ones in. And if you haven't watched that show on Showtime, it's excellent.
There's Elon sucks.
Which everybody knows.
I mean, I didn't go to school there, so I don't know. I can't really talk crap about it.
What's it now?
I didn't go to college there, so I couldn't talk crap about it.
Elon Tusk?
No, Elon College.
Oh, Elon University.
And then
Yeah, that's it.
Elon what?
Yucks.
I don't know what that is. Are you just making shit up now?
You guys were. I was just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
I mean, everything's made up if you think about it.
That is true.
You want to shine shit up? Yeah, huh? You don't like that?
Which one do you think is going to be worse?
That one's not bright.
This one's plenty bright.
It's not.
My hangover after watching this.
What are you practicing masturbating? What are you doing?
Why you turn on the light on that fucking...
I didn't know what the fuck. You looked at me and you were... I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
So Matt, what's it like to be in?
Same?
Like, yes.
Oh,
Insane.
that wasn't your question?
No, it's perfect.
It's amazing. The amount of drugs you have to take to be considered normal is scary at times. But luckily, I don't chew my food, so I just shove them down my throat like a snake and meander amongst the humans.
All right, if you could tell everybody out there one thing that sets you apart from everybody else while keeping it family friendly, what would
I
that be?
have 2 extra chromosomes.
2.
And if you have one extra chromosome, you like. I don't want to be mean, but if you're the one extra chromosome is what when you have your mentally challenged people have one extra chromosome. So
Mentally challenged?
you know what? Mentally handicapped. I'm trying to be polite.
Okay, so never mind. Subtract 2 then.
Okay.
So you're missing 2 chromosomes.
That's it.
Okay.
That with Matt, that actually sounds closer to accurate.
That's right.
If I could count, I'd be, understand how that works, but also science, and I don't do that.
So Matt, I have to ask, is this one of your life's greatest achievements being on the Potsy and Tino show?
He's thinking
Yes.
He's thinking way too
yes.
hard.
He said yes. Okay. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take you off the air.
You said you didn't want to be on the
I waited my whole life for this, and I
actually
can't believe you guys are having me.
And he goes, no. He just wanted to heckle us from the comments.
I promise not to cry.
Oh my God.
Matt,
I love you guys. I'm sorry.
It's been terrific having you on the show. All those other people from Orc. Oh, it's Hank.
It's upside down.
He doesn't like cameras.
Oh, Hank is making me dizzy.
Yeah, all right.
Hank is making me dizzy. All right. Matt, we're gonna hop off here with you. We're gonna continue the show.
Salute.
If you wanna join in the comments, we will greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for spending my birthday with me. I really appreciate it, sir.
Love you guys. Happy birthday, Rob. Always a pleasure to see you, Tino.
You too, man. Be good.
Bye.
Okay. Should we go into what's up with us now?
Well, I did what's up with me. You were in the middle. What's up?
I thought I was in the middle. I don't even remember where I was. All right, so
it's 9:15.
I'll start with this. What's up with me? I've been writing my latest book, which literally hit me like last week, and I've designed the characters for it now. I've sent it off to 2 artists. One of them said, Rob, I don't think that this is actually going to match up with my style. So I was like, cool, because I didn't really think it was going to either. But I still kind of want him involved in one way or another to do like a cover or something for it. At the same time, I've sent it off to a couple other people that I trust the opinions of. I sent it off to you. You actually read it. The first 15 or so pages of it, as well as the concept for it.
Yeah, I didn't see. You got pictures or you?
Yeah, I've done some pictures. I'll show you those. I'll show you those before you leave tonight. But you can't talk about like what the idea is. But Tino, you've seen it. You is it like anything you've seen before?
No, but when we were at the bar, you were talking about the movie you saw, and I was reading the thing on the movie. I'm like, that sounds familiar.
So, and for those that don't know, the idea that I'm writing is the reason why I say it's unlike anything you've seen before is because it truly is.
It is.
It takes a concept that gets used all the time.
Okay.
But then it takes a way of having the characterization, and it takes a character and does it in a way that has never been done before. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, literally, when you see the idea, and this is the way that I've been explaining it to people that I trust like, I want you to read this and tell me what you think. This is the way that I've been explaining to them. I've been telling them, I'm like, you're either going to absolutely sit there and go, this is the greatest idea I've ever heard, and it's fucking amazing. Or you're going to sit there and go, well, it's different, but why the fuck would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And literally, that's the way I feel about it.
I think it's different, but it's different, but it's entertaining. I think, yeah.
And so easily, I can tell people, if you watch the movie Die Hard, it takes the concept of Die Hard, but it turns it not just on its ear, but on its ass.
Speaking of Die Hard,
am I right?
Speaking of, we watched that last night because we were like, why do people think this is a Christmas movie? I'm like, because it takes place at Christmas. So goes like, she never seen it. I'm like, we're watching fucking Die Hard. So we watched Die Hard last night. I'm like,
and it's a fucking Christmas movie. Yes, it is.
Because it takes place at Christmas.
No. So I was trying to explain this earlier tonight, and I want everybody else's opinion too. It doesn't just take place at Christmas. It literally happens on Christmas Eve. Everything that happens in that movie is during Christmas. So, like, Lethal Weapon.
Was that Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Okay. Lethal Weapon. What?
Lethal Weapon, they got Christmas ornaments up and stuff like that, but the whole movie takes place over weeks.
Right.
Die Hard takes place over that night. It is Christmas Eve. It is literally, he comes into town to surprise his wife for Christmas.
Then why is
Argyle?
Home Alone? Why is Home Alone Christmas movie? It didn't take place over Christmas Eve. It takes over that span. You know what I mean?
I think that the difference, well, and Home Alone isn't one that I typically watch or anything else. I'm not a big Home Alone fan. But what I would say is that when it comes to Home Alone, and even Christmas Vacation,
hey, that's a Christmas movie. Watch them out.
Because it's called Christmas Vacation.
Staple, damn it.
But the thing is that it happens over like multiple weeks, but it's all leading up.
I don't think it's multiple weeks. Christmas Vacation.
At least a week. I mean, he's setting up the lights. They're going and buying they're going and getting the Christmas tree. Like they're going to the mall. Like there is multiple days involved, and they're waiting for everybody to show up. So yeah, like. But that one is specifically, it's called Christmas Vacation. Like, we know that it's a Christmas story. We know it's a Christmas story.
My favorite Christmas movie.
A Christmas Story? Did you watch A Christmas Story Christmas?
I have not yet. I need to go watch it. I think we're going to wait till Christmas Eve and watch it, because that's what we watch. No, Christmas Day. We watch a Christmas episode.
Didn't they used to show A Christmas Story on Thanksgiving?
No. They show it on Christmas Eve, 24 hours. So starting Saturday.
I noticed this year it's 24 hours starting. They do
it on TBS, but this year I think they said they're on TNT for some reason.
But I always thought that it was on Thanksgiving that they would show up for 24 hours.
It's always Christmas Eve.
Okay, because I watch it. What I'll tell you about,
I don't like watching it on TV because they edit it. I like edit.
What I'll tell you about A Christmas Story Christmas, so the sequel that actually has Peter Billingsley in it, is that you can watch it first or you can watch it after, but it's cyclical.
Cyclical? So what do you mean? So it actually does. It's not like some of these sequels where they don't have really anything.
I don't want to ruin it for you, but you can watch it before, you can watch it after, and you will sit there and go, "Oh, that fits."
Okay.
And it's completely fine.
I'm excited about seeing it.
It's not the best, But out of all of the times that they've tried to take
Christmas
the
Story.
Parker family
Yeah.
and do a sequel or do another, like, I would say it's the best one.
Right.
Well,
it's got the original dude in it. I think they had the original. I think they had some of the original cast too, right? The kids.
I don't
I
know.
think like Scott Schwartz was back.
I don't know if it is
The
actually the
parents are
originals.
dead.
I don't know if it is the originals or not. What I will say is that it's not the first time that they've had other people involved, because the guy that did the voice, like the voiceover of Ralphie as the adult,
He wrote the story.
he was the original writer.
Yeah.
But when they did like 6 of the sequels, he was still the narrator.
Oh, cool. Is he a narrator, a new one?
No, he's dead.
Oh, that's right, damn.
So him and the father have both
I
passed.
think the mom died too.
This one, the interesting thing about it though is that Peter Billingsley helped write the story.
That's cool.
And Peter Billingsley has become a movie director, producer, like on Elf. He's in Elf.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A lot of people don't realize he's an elf.
And I think he's even a producer on Elf.
That's cool.
Because that was like Will Ferrell doing the movie, but Will Ferrell also said, well, let's go ahead and get some of these other people involved, and Peter Billingsley was one of them. So I think that had something to do with it.
Is that in the bottom?
Chunky Space. Oh, that's Matt. Forgot about Batman Returns. Batman Returns is a holiday movie. I don't know if it's necessarily a Batman movie. It's with the Penguin, where all of a sudden, like,
that's John Michael Keaton.
It is,
and Danny DeVito. I don't know.
Yeah, and during it, Christopher what's his face? Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Sits there and he's Max Shrek, and they've got the penguins that have like the things like attached to their backs and stuff. It's so hard to say what actually is and what's not a Christmas movie at this point. I do think that Die Hard qualifies as a Christmas movie because it happens over the weekend of Christmas and Christmas Eve, and everything that happens ends up leading to the Christmas miracle of him and his wife getting back together. Right? When you look at Lethal Weapon happens over a longer span of time, which would mean it's a holiday movie if you want to really push it that way, but it's not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Makes sense. So,
talk about some wrestling.
All right, folks, we're gonna jump into pro wrestling now, and there was some good stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Where do you want to start?
Let's see. So would it be we did a show last Thursday.
Also, SmackDown.
Probably.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't remember what happened. I mean, you usually watch SmackDown. That's your show. You love SmackDown.
I did watch SmackDown. Interestingly enough, the first thing that I want to talk about is that due to travel issues, they had to rewrite SmackDown last week.
Really?
And including SmackDown this week, because SmackDown this week is taped.
That last Friday they were supposed to make Sammy Uso, and then that.
So initially, and even the way that they broke it all down is that Sammy was told to get a haircut, get his beard trimmed, have everything looking smooth, because it was going to be a special night for him. And what was supposed to happen, apparently, is Kevin Owens was supposed to show up and crash the party. At the same time, Kevin Owens wasn't just supposed to crash the party, he was supposed to announce who his tag team partner was going to be.
And he did.
Well, he didn't.
That's right.
But they did. So
that's right. Owens wasn't on SmackDown.
He was not. Because he flew into Buffalo to fly into wherever they were, and he wasn't able to get a flight out based on weather.
Well, my father-in-law made it home. He came home Saturday.
But here's the crazy thing is that SmackDown for one night and SmackDown for this week were all taped at the same time.
So last week was taped?
Yes. So, well, no. It was live last week, and he couldn't get there, but they taped the next episode.
Oh, and he still couldn't get there.
And he wasn't there. But interestingly enough, when it came to Monday night,
he was there.
He was there because it was live, right? So he wasn't there live for Friday, but he was there live for Monday. My best sneeze. Sorry about that.
Bless you. I thought it was going to come in threes. That's why I didn't say it.
It might. Here it comes.
Bless you.
There we go.
I knew that was the way.
Well, you're okay. You're okay. We're good. But I find it really funny that the 2 Fridays
he wasn't there.
He's not going to be on. Now he's a Raw superstar, so it's okay. But they kept saying, "Oh, KO's supposed to be here. KO's doing this. KO's doing this. KO won't be able to find a tag team partner." And I mean, the only and I will tell you, I was sitting there watching SmackDown live on Friday night, and I was like, I know that John Cena's showing up on the 30th. The whole time that they're sitting there going, KO's not going to be able to find anybody because nobody likes KO. KO's got no friends. Well, I'm like, John Cena's going to be his tag team partner.
Was John Cena supposed to be there too, or was that always going to be?
I think that was always supposed to be I think they asked him to change the video that he did, but I think that it was always supposed to be that. But the video with John Cena where he's like, when KO asked me to be here, saying that I haven't been on TV and I haven't had a match. It's the first time in 20 years I haven't had a match. I feel like I got to do it, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, I'll be there. I was like, I knew exactly what it was. And it's because the WWE announced John Cena for that SmackDown like 2 weeks ago. And if they hadn't done that, that would have been like a holy shit moment.
Yeah.
But the fact that they did, and they still hadn't announced what he was going to be doing, I was like,
well, they want to try to make sure they got that pop for the end of the year, so they had to announce him. You're right, they shot themselves in the foot.
But they could have done it immediately after that moment on SmackDown.
What, announce he's coming?
Yeah. Like all of a sudden have like a, hey, you know, the basically setting it up to where John Cena does that promo spot.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that going, and we just opened up new tickets.
Okay.
You know, that would have blown the roof off the place. But because people already knew that John Cena was coming, now knowing that he's going to be in that match is great, but it did take some of the fire away. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see who wins that match. And if that's the match that I think that's the match. I think that's when Reigns turns on Sammy.
I mean, it seems likely that it'll either be the match where Reigns turns on Sammy, or we continue to go down this Sammy Uso train for another 6 months.
It's about to come to a stop. I think this is where they turn to give Sammy a day.
I don't know why you ever stop something that's making you money on T-shirts.
But you don't want to run it to the ground either.
But they're not.
I think it's getting ready to come to an end.
The closest that they've run to running into the ground was this Monday night when they all of a sudden made them feel like the NWO.
Mm-hmm. And I read that somewhere too.
Agreed, and I think that's where we both got that from. But the idea that like you could continue Sammy, like Do you want to know what the best option is to do here? It's simple. You run this through Mania. Okay? We've already decided as WWE that we're not going to do a Money in the Bank pay-per-view anymore, right? So Sammy could be part of the Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania. Whole time sitting there saying, this way I can prevent anybody from getting to go against the head of the table. Then, as somebody's climbing to the top, they go to grab that Money in the Bank briefcase, and the Money in the Bank briefcase falls, and it lands in the hands of Sammy.
They did that before that.
Except, right now, you have Sammy being the number 2 guy in the bloodline, and Roman Reigns sitting there going, can I trust you? And all of a sudden, Sammy going, I got a shot. What do I do now? And starting the dissension there. That's what I would do.
And run it to a win.
I don't know. But
what I would do if we did that, and I agree with that, we have.
I mean, make them do it at Mania.
Yes, I'm saying they do something to piss Sammy off. Like they start kind of rubbing Sammy. You see him like all the way up the middle going. They take little slide jabs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Jay likes him now, but him and Jimmy are saying shit off, joking, but they're kind of like, and Sammy's like, don't appreciate that. Don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And so it builds up, and Reigns wrestles whoever he wrestles and wins, but he's fucked up. And then Sammy comes down to cash it in.
Or you have it where Sammy comes down with that case, right? Sammy's got the Money in the Bank case in his hands. And Roman sits there. And whoever he's facing, could be The Rock, could be Cody Rhodes, could be whoever, right? Sammy comes down. He's got the case. And he hits them for Roman. And it's a no disqualification match because it's a WrestleMania world title match. So they make it no disqualification, whatever. And then Roman goes to pin that other guy. And Sammy goes, and he hits Roman. And then he goes, what did I do?
And he pins the other guy.
And he pins one of them. Doesn't matter who at this point. Could be not Roman. But then he takes the title. Or what if it's Cody? And Cody has the title won. But again, it's a no disqualification match. And Sammy hits Cody with the case. Pins Cody 1, 2, 3. And then when Sammy takes the title to SmackDown that Friday night, he sits there and says, I had to keep it in the bloodline.
But Roman will get his rematch and beat the piss out of him.
But wouldn't it be even better if when he gets that rematch, KO comes down and disqualifies Sammy? Or something.
Yeah.
Like any of those things could happen. And all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, right?
So that's one thing I want to talk about SmackDown because I want to.
Go ahead. Let's do it.
The other thing I want to talk about, and I called it, and you didn't listen to me. Uncle Howdy.
You were right.
That's fucking Bo Dallas. I'm calling it now. It's Bo Dallas because somebody made a good point. They were like, because the dude looks bigger than Bo Dallas. But think about it. When Bo Dallas left, yes, he was smaller, but he hasn't been seen at all in a year. So that gives him time to eat right, train, do whatever he wants, to put on a little muscle, a little size.
So let me ask you this, though. Are you really interested in this storyline?
I want to see where it's going. I told you that I'm getting aggravated with the whole, now that I know that Bray hurt, That
But
makes
I
more
don't
sense.
know if he is. I know that Sean told us that he is. But
Because if he's really hurt, would they let? Well, it depends. Because they let LA Knight pretty much beat the piss out of him. I was kind of disappointed. I was wanting Howdy to walk to the ring. I was wanting more out of him just standing there going.
I mean, the internet vibe behind all of this entire story is that they're doing more with the Alexa Bliss buildup than they are with the Bray Wyatt buildup. And I agree. I also
I think they're trying to get their chips in a row so when it finally clicks, they'll have their sit. But they're taking too long to do it.
Well, they're definitely taking too long to do it. So I do think that there was a possibility that there was some injury involved at some point. I think that at this point, they're sitting there trying to get the ducks in the row to do it at like Royal Rumble. And I think that they're just going, okay, let's just drag it out. Let's just drag it out. And unfortunately, this is the kind of storytelling that Vince McMahon was known for, was either drag it out or screw it up. And they're starting to have this moment. You and I have sat there and said, it's great to see a guy like LA Knight in a feud with Bray Wyatt.
That's bringing the main event. That's bringing them up.
Because we're sitting there going, well, Bray Wyatt is kind of like a Mankind / Undertaker character, and LA Knight is a Rock / Austin character.
But and he has everything. He's got the mic. He's got the ring
Rock
skill.
/ Austin.
Yeah,
absolutely. The downside to it is that like it's kind of fallen flat, and you know the number one negative on Triple H's way of going about things is that a lot of the guys that he's brought back have fallen flat. There aren't many that have come in and immediately made an impact and been.
I am disappointed in Hit Row, and I couldn't put my finger on why. And I read something or heard something on YouTube or one of my things I read, and it was right. Hit Row needs that centerpiece. They need that.
They need the single guy.
They need that swerve.
They need the single wrestler.
Perfect. They need to bring him up. You know who I'm thinking about.
So there's two guys that would fit here.
You know, and you know which one I'm talking about.
And one of them I know you're talking about, and one of them you're gonna be like, ain't no way.
Which one you can say ain't no way?
Truth.
I can see that, but we keep it young. To keep it young, I can see Truth, but you know that. But who's other do you think?
Carmella.
Yes, sir.
However, whereas.
No, don't do it. Just go.
However, well, you did your 9-9. I'm gonna do the however, because I mean that's
well,
actually
99 fits. It's 99 cents. 99 fits. Anyway,
however fits all the time. The other, there is one other guy, because ever since Carmelo lost that match at the last NXT show, like the major premium live event, his second guy in command has suddenly been like, well, I'm now the leader.
You know what's up? Now, I got one you probably would say, and I would like, he would fit. He would fit in a weird way.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
I want to say Grayson Waller.
I want to talk about how he finished NXT this week.
Dude, Grayson Waller made me like, you know, because I'm like, no, not Grayson Waller, but because you're always
he wouldn't work with Hit Row.
No, you're right. That'd be a mellow.
We know that that's a mellow situation. Like I said, R-Truth would be a complete throw off, but he's good enough to where if he stopped being a joke.
Oh fuck! If he went back to being the R-Truth that was in TNA? Yes, Ron the Truth Killings. If you went to Ron the Truth Killings, that persona, that just kick ass, just no nonsense.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd see it.
Like,
If he's still in fucking phenomenal shape.
Dude's
Dude's like 50.
He's like 52 years old, and yet he is in better shape than 3/4 of the wrestlers. Now, we were talking about. I want to.
NXT. You're going to NXT then.
I want to do.
You want to talk about Waller?
I want to talk about the end of that episode of NXT. As Waller's standing in the ring like this, I sat there and I said to Terrence, I said, this feels like Goldberg versus Bret the Hitman Hart. And he's like, what do you mean? And then all of a sudden, Braun Breaker did the spear to Grayson Waller, and he was knocked out. And I was like,
I knew as soon as he hit and fell out, I knew what happened.
And I was like, T. And T looked up because T was working. T looks up and he goes, what just happened? And I said, fucking Bret Hart versus Bill Goldberg before the concussion.
Yeah.
But I was like, they literally just went back to the well and like they just showed that Grayson Waller is willing to do anything to win this title. And it was great, but it completely had me sit there and go, what did I just watch? Like I knew it was coming. I said I expected it, and then they did it, and I'm like, why do I still feel like it caught me off guard?
Yep.
And Waller is one of those characters that they have protected, that they have built, that has what it takes, has proven himself in the ring against the people he's been in there. He's been in the ring with AJ Styles.
I think I started seeing when he came in there to the pay-per-view and right on top just got 2 wins. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, he's just
dude. When he ran down and was able to pin 2 guys, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden was like, I'm up 2-1 to 0 to 0 to 0. Like yeah. But that's the chicken shit heel.
Yeah.
And even the way that he handled Braun Breaker this week. Chicken shit heel.
He was calling him out, and they're like, he's not here. Oh, he's scared of me. Because you knew Braun Breaker was going to show up at the end.
Oh, yeah. And when he did, Waller was on top. However, I got to say, when you look at Waller, even if he was wearing a metal plate, if Braun Breaker were to sit there and hit you with a spear, and you had a plate right here, that shit would still hurt.
Oh, he sold it like it hurt. Nah.
He sold it like warm bath water.
Yeah.
Is what he sold it like.
I'm trying to think, was anything else exciting on it? Nah, that's not it on NXT.
No, it really wasn't anything else.
Raw though, I do want to talk about the when Judgment Day came down and they said Dominic looked like Kiefer Sutherland in the Lost Boys with those sunglasses. That's what I fucking thought I didn't think he was Sutherland, but I thought Lost Boys when he had those fucking sunglasses before the lights came up.
When they took the glasses off and Corey Graves said it again, like Dominic Mysterio coming down here looking like a young Kiefer Sutherland, and I was like, what is he talking about? And yeah, no, totally. I love the fact that he got hit with something else in the eyes this week.
The soda. No. It was the red soda company. He goes, well, what did he hit him with? And of course, I don't know, but I smell it from here.
I smell it from here. And then, of course,
Rhea,
Tozawa ended up having...
Time out.
Go ahead.
What did I say a couple of weeks ago? And you told me no. What did I say about Rhea a couple of weeks ago? She's the modern day China. And you said no because she doesn't wrestle men. What the fuck did she just do this week? I think they're trying to push her as a modern day China.
I mean, sure. I'll agree with that. I where I had an issue with this is
Cesaro didn't, but he didn't really put up a fight because every time he could hit her, he didn't.
yeah.
So you knew she was going to win that match unless he did something like grabbed her tight. So what's the only way he could have won if he'd have rolled her up somehow or reversed something on her, maybe a DDT, or maybe he.
That's exactly it. And the other side of the problem that I have with this is that a guy like Tozawa is actually a high quality wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
and they're using him for comedy.
Less so than when Vince was there.
Yes.
Like he is in a more prominent role.
Yeah.
He is actually getting TV time. He is more approved by the audience. But even this week,
putting him with Street Profits doesn't hurt.
Well, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
The thing that I have a problem with it is that while he's doing all this stuff with the Street Profits, he's not helping himself. He's going out there and
he's lost 2 straight weeks.
Well, but the Street Profits are like, you can't let her talk to you like that and blah blah blah, and then he has to go out there and actually wrestle Rhea, and it's like, but he's already determined, I'm not going to slap a woman, I'm not going to hit a what.
Yeah.
So did it help? So, and the other side of it is that by him,
and it doesn't really make Rhea look strong because he didn't put up any kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Still makes her look stronger than going up against like the women's division of like Dakota Kai.
No defense, though. You know what I mean? I see what you're saying, but
no.
Did it really make her look stronger? He didn't fight back. Did it really make her look stronger?
I mean, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I just worry more so that like Tozawa is taking this loss and it's not going to do anything to help him anywhere. You know, and like in a lot of cases, you sit there and you have, like, if you're going to do a intergender match, because at the end of it, Corey Graves sat there and he's like, we just saw a woman beat a man in a match. And it's like, okay, well, that hurts Tozawa.
Yeah.
And yes, Tozawa is in a better position than he was when Vince McMahon was there. But if he still loses every match, is it that much better of a position? Might mean more money. I don't know. But like, it's one of those spots where you look at it and you go, that's really not helping the situation too much. It's helping Rhea, but it's not helping anywhere else. Yeah. You know what I mean?
To sit down with Bliss and Belair. What do you think of that?
It was interesting. It was fun.
She fucking clocked her.
Well, that was as they said, all right, well, it's been really nice talking with both of you. And then it happened.
Because y'all the thing flipping the back.
Well, yeah, but then right after that, they panned it down to where you didn't see anything happening. So you saw the legs walk off, and you did like Byron Saxon's like, Alexa, what do you have to say to you for yourself? And she's like, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. I would have liked.
I think maybe she doesn't know. I think she's still.
But I would have liked if the lights turned off, or there was a flash, or like something that happened for the entire area rather than just that screen.
Yeah. And I think the Hurt Business is coming back.
It does kind of look like it, and it should.
Because you MVP, hey, you got a minute? I'll talk to you about Bobby Lashley, and then somebody else came because the bloodline was fucking up people backstage. I hope they get Cedric. I hope they get Shelton Cedric. I hope they get everybody back.
Did you see? So I don't know if you guys saw it, but did you see the TikTok video that MVP posted about his travel?
No.
So he has this TikTok video where it's him and Shelton Benjamin standing next to each other, and he's like, I gotta ask you guys, does this happen to anybody else, or does this only happen to me? Because I've had the worst travel day that I can ever recall. And Shelton like chimes in, he's like, it really has been that bad. And it's like he's sitting there talking about how like there's only 2 people going through security and they pulled him for a random search.
Oh God.
So MVP's getting random searched. Even though it's only him and Shelton going through the line.
I think somebody ripped him.
Well, it seemed like there was like 6 or 7 different things that happened. He said when we got to, because they were coming back from Canada, so he's like, when we got to the women at where you give your passport, where you give your passport, Shelton goes through and she's the nicest lady ever. But when I go through, she's like, "Excuse me, sir, could you hold on a second?" And Shelton's like, "He's not lying. Like this really happened."
I think he got pumped.
Well, it feels like that, but at the same time, it's like, why would they do that?
That's hilarious.
But Shelton's just like, oh, I don't get it either, guys. Like I got the. She was super sweet to me. I sat there, I asked how her mama was doing, and blah blah blah. But it was hilarious.
Did we have anything with we had the tag match. KO and Seth, and their little thing backstage is hilarious too.
Oh,
You remember when you decided you wanted to fight
Well,
Stone Cold too?
Well, hold on. It started out as Seth going, "We used to make such a great tag team, didn't we?" And he's like, "Yeah, we did. And he's like, "Well, whatever stopped that?" And he's like, "Well, it was you." And he's like, "What do you mean? It could never have been me. I'm Seth Rollins." Like, why would I? Well, Seth, it was because I said that I wanted to have like the KO show with Steve Austin, and you tried to take that from me. And he goes, "Did I? Did that?" And he's like, "Yeah, you did. Remember, you were wearing that suit and it was marvelous." And he's like, "Oh, it was good." He's like, "See, I told you. You remember it."
Then he goes, "Ah." He goes, "You
still got that laugh." It was great. It was a great moment.
Yeah.
And they got the win.
Yeah.
They got the win on Monday Night Raw, and it was like, oh. But that's just so they can lose on December 30th between him and Sami Zayn and John Cena. Although, I don't know.
I don't think they'll lose. Cena's coming back.
Cena doesn't need a win.
Well, all right. So that's Raw. We already talked about NXT. I guess you raggedy bitch. Because that was what Winter Bash or whatever they call it.
No, last week was winter thing.
This week was something.
Winter is coming was last week.
Last week was called Holiday Bash or something. Bash
Oh, it's probably Holiday Bash
or something.
So Jericho,
The Wizard.
The
Wizard's back.
Was upset that Action Andretti beat him last week. So what did he do?
He came out talking shit to.
He set him on fire.
Well, no, that's not why he set him on fire. He set him on fire because Ricky Starks was out there, and him and Ricky Starks got into it. Jericho's facials when Ricky Starks was slamming him. He said, "You came out here earlier this year looking like an air fryer," and now I was like, "Oh shit!" He kept just nailing him, and he's like,
"I bet Jericho gave him half of those lines."
He's like, "Oh, and if you want to eat something," and he's like doing like that or put something. I was like, and Jericho the whole time was like, his facial expressions were priceless. And so they go in. Fucking Swagger's big ass. I don't know how you sneak up on anybody. He snuck up on.
He loves that hat.
He loves that hat. So he gets Starks in behind.
He loves that hat.
The rest of them jumping around, they're stomping him, and then the music hit. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it's that damn Andretti kid, and he comes out and he fucks him up. So that's why he got the fireball in the face. That was hysterical. What else happened? There was a couple more. Fucking Howard, I don't understand. What's his name should never rap. Sanjay Dutt should not rap. But apparently, I guess now him and Jarrett and Lethal have a tag team shot.
Surprising.
Do you want to talk about your Elite Boys? You want to talk about that match? The trios match?
Who won?
You know who the fuck won. If they hadn't won, it'd been over. Why are you laughing? Because you know who the fuck won. And they're not letting them do that. But they got the shit beat out of them.
Did they?
With those they were bloody when they left the ring. And what's his name? Looked like he wanted to come back for more. Damn, Cero Mero. They had to drag his ass out.
So let me put it this way. If the Elite wins this trios match, like the 7.
You mean when they win this trios match?
If they win the best of 7.
You want to act like you don't know they're going to win. Okay.
AEW should just fold up and close. Because I'll tell you right now, for the longest time, and I'm not talking about the Billy Joel song, for the longest time, we've been hearing about how main event Death Triangle is. And yet, if they can't get past the Elite,
the VPs,
the EVPs,
yeah,
then what the fuck is the point of them even wrestling matches? And if that's the case, might as well close up shop. Because I'd rather watch Impact. And I'd rather watch New Japan. Especially when I know that Mercedes Varnado is in Japan right now. And she's supposed to show up on January 4th. Or January 3rd. Whatever fucking day it is. I am tired. And I don't care how much people sit there and go, oh, Kenny Omega's been showing up on AEW Dark and he's been wrestling matches against Newtown. I don't give a fuck at how many times Kenny Omega is wrestling young guys and giving them their shot. Because the truth is, Kenny Omega's taking a night off when he sits there and wrestles a match against guys that are just trying to make their name. Death Triangle has been here since the beginning of AEW and has been stuck in mid-card level the entire time that they have been there. And this includes the Bastard Pack, who has had at least one AEW world title match, but at the same time has been relegated to mid-card level.
Yeah, because he was the first, All-American, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, he lost that almost immediately.
He held it a while. He lost it after they won the trios thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But even still, he was a double champ that immediately lost that second championship. But my point, and the thing that drives me absolutely bonkers about this, Tino, is that, like, we know who the EVPs are.
Yep.
We know how good they are as professional wrestlers.
Yep.
We don't give a fuck about how good they are as professional wrestlers right now because we still think that they owe the industry and they owe the rest of the wrestlers on their roster an apology. Not just the industry. They owe the wrestlers on that roster an apology. They owe Death Triangle an apology because Death Triangle was not able to win those trios championships initially and had to walk in and take them from a horrible situation, and now they're just going to lose them again. And that's fucking garbage. Like, anybody who disagrees with me here, and I know you agree, anybody that disagrees with me here is fooling themselves. The idea and the audacity that they feel like they have earned those championships. Like, if I was Tony Khan, I would sit there right now and say, okay, you got it back to 3-2. You'll get it to 3-3 because the best of 7 needs to go 7.
Yeah.
But you are not winning game 7. You cannot win game 7. You are not allowed to win game 7. If you even think about going against the rules here, I will fire you.
Well, who books it? Doesn't Tony Khan the booker?
He is the booker. The problem is that I don't think. I think he's becoming a lot more like Vince McMahon than he is listening to the fans.
He's pushing who he wants to push.
He does that regardless. Then you're right. But I think it's more, he is doing this thing right now where he's going, these are the guys I'm standing behind. When right now, and I've said it all along, nobody was in the right with that CM Punk and the Elite situation. Which means everybody needs to be punished. And punishing the Elite by having them out for 2 months, but then putting them in a guaranteed title match when they come back, doesn't really seem like a punishment.
No.
It seems more like attaboy. Am I right?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
No, they sent them home for the 2 months so they can, well, they get punished too, but you're right. You sent them home for 2 weeks, but they came back at the top spot again now. So it's not really a punishment. It's just something, I think, to placate the boys and make them feel, and I'm sure the boys in the roster know that's bullshit too. But you know what you're going to do.
So Tino, I've obviously talked quite a bit about it, but I know that you feel strongly about the Elite and their quest for the trios titles again. Like talk about it.
Well, because were they champions before?
They won.
They won them, and then they
got stripped that Wednesday. Yeah,
they don't deserve to get another shot at them. I think they have creative control. Something's happening where they can just pretty much do what the fuck they want, and it's almost like I agree with you. Like their finishers are you're done, and they'll kick out at your finishers. You hit 10 fucking pile drivers, a DDT. You can fucking go back to ECW and jump off the balcony through 5 tables, and they're going to kick out at 1. But they hit you with a super kick party, and you're supposed to be done. No, it's bullshit. And it's Tony Khan, like I said. It's a fucking.
But that's the way it's always been with them.
It's a circle jerk, and he's got their dicks in his mouth, and they get to do whatever the fuck they want to. I don't think it's right that they. I don't think they should be able to go for any titles right now. Really, I don't think the Young Bucks should be able to go for tag titles. I don't think they should do trios, and you need to keep Kenny Omega away from the world title. You don't fucking do what you did. Tony Khan is running a business. Does he not understand? Like you said, everybody was at fault. That was fucked up. They fucked with his money. They fucked with his business.
Were they? Are they more marketable going after championships?
They don't need championships. Omega doesn't need a championship. The Young Bucks don't need a championship. They're already made. They're EVPs. They don't need. Cody Rhodes didn't go to the fucking championships.
He was a 3-time TNT champion.
Okay, that one. But he didn't. He never.
And he was the first opponent to go after the world title and said, if I don't win it, I will never go for it again. Which leads a lot of people to believe that that's why he said, okay, I'm going to WWE when my contract's up.
I don't know. I think he didn't. To me, I don't think he took advantage of his
Status
like they do.
I think he literally put himself as a stepping stone. And he said,
because he built motherfuckers.
It's tough to say that he built anybody.
You know what I mean. You know what I meant, though. He
tried to build people.
Yes.
And but he literally sat there and said, I am the stepping stone. If you get past me and you take the title off of me, then that means that you are something. Sammy Guevara taking the title off him. Orange Cassidy taking the Luke Harper or Brody Lee before he passed, taking that belt off him in like a 5-minute match. You know,
Kenny Omega wouldn't have done that.
Kenny Omega hasn't done that. Kenny Omega's like, you got to go 45 minutes with me just so that I look good in a match that I lose. I agree with all that. I think that even right now, you look at Jericho losing to Action Andretti.
That was his idea.
Of course it was.
Because he knows he's on his way out, so he is trying to build younger stars up. You ever heard of Action Andretti before that, man?
I don't know if it's actually to build Action Andretti or if it's to build a long-term Jericho story. And I'm okay with either one, by the way. Action Andretti, is Action Andretti all elite? Like, I haven't seen the little picture that says Action Andretti is all elite, but yet he's been prominent on 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as he's not on AEW, he's going to be all over the indie circuit as the next big guy winning world championships and everything. Because everybody's going to be like, that motherfucker beat Jericho.
Yeah.
Right? At the same time, do I think that this was to help younger talent? Initially, my answer would have been yes. Because I would have been like, what if Jericho went on a losing streak?
Right.
And then what if the JAS kicks Jericho out?
You still may.
During that time frame and everything, those guys that got those wins against Jericho could be enhanced and pushed up to at least mid-card level.
Mid-card. Upper mid-card.
At the same time, it starts getting everybody in the Jericho Appreciation Society sitting there looking at Jericho going to be like, hey, boss, we love you, but that's 5 in a row. Like, him sitting there throwing a fireball in Action Andretti's face this week, if they do a rematch and Action Andretti doesn't win, it's a lost art, man. Like, and I love the fact that Jericho said, I want to do this. Yeah. Jericho, like the rumor is that he literally spun himself around in the jobber dressing room and said, you get to beat me tonight. And I believe it. I would believe that.
That's what the J in Jericho.
Jobber.
That's
what Ricky Starks said.
That's the first time he went.
Yeah.
Jericho.
He's like,
no, Jericho's face.
I really did enjoy that because I love the fact that they were coming out to enlist Ricky Starks, and Ricky Starks is like, why would I want to join the Jobber Appreciation Society? And then he's like,
my other promo that I liked was Daniel Bryan, because that's who got called you raggedy bitch, because he was in there. It's like they were trying to come talk shit to him, and Kane was like, I don't know if it's them yelling or I don't know if it's the glare coming off the top of your head. That's what it was. He goes, you raggedy bitch.
and you could tell that Stokely was so taken aback by that line because he didn't just go, you raggedy bitch. He went, You raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch.
Because you know what
Like,
it said.
because he lost his train of
Because
thought.
he got him. He zinged him.
It's like us from time to time.
Yeah,
like there are times where
you just can't think of anything and say you're like, and you've done that too. You're like,
I don't do it often. You got to admit, I don't do it often. But there are moments where all of a sudden I'm like, shit, Tino got me. Or Tino sits there and goes, shit, Rob got me.
Mark got you tonight for something. I forget what it was. That shit was hilarious. He got
you. If it was the other night, like Mark just made me want to sit there and be like, it's time to go. And that's why we left. Like, it was time for him to go.
He was zinging you.
No. No, it was time for him to go because it was time for him to go. Like Mark was I took him back to his place. He showed me this YouTube show. And it's something that's been around for years, I guess. And it's called like My Lesbian Homie.
Oh, okay.
And it's fucking hilarious. And it's all basically about like these super macho dudes that have a lesbian homie. So like they treat her like one of the guys.
Oh, got you.
But then one of the guys wants to sleep with her, and all of a sudden it changes the whole dynamic of the group. But it's actually on YouTube. It's very funny, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, Mark, I can't even laugh at half of this stuff. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, because if I sit there and I start going, oh man, they said blah blah blah, I'm like, I can't say half of the stuff that they said. And he's like, I see that, Potsy. It's okay. So he said, you can say it around me, no big deal. And I'm like, no, not even getting into that. Nope. But it was hilarious.
All right. That's all I got.
Yeah. Anything else from last night?
Soraya came down. I don't know why she came down to save the day. Because remember, it was Hater beat Sheeta. Then they started jumping her, and then Storm came down, and they started beating the fuck out of Storm, and then Paige came down. I didn't call her Soraya. Paige came down and ran everybody out.
Yeah, before we get off of here, and I won't try to take too long.
Oh shit!
About a year ago in AEW looked like it was really on the verge of taking the next step.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened.
You know, they brought Punk in. Okay, we understand what happened with him. They brought Danielson in.
Yep.
And we know where he is right now. Like literally, he's
number one contender.
Pretty much number one contender. Without saying he's number one contender, he's number one contender. Hangman and Moxley are doing their thing. The other guy that was brought in was Adam Cole.
He's still hurt.
Apparently he is. Because MJF posted a list of people he wants to wrestle. Kind of like Cody did way back in the day when Cody finally left WWE. And when he put Adam Cole's name on there, he said it was like, Adam Cole, brain still hurts too much to actually wrestle a match.
Oh, man.
Or some shit like that. And let me ask you, Tino. We've talked about the ratings. When those three guys came in all at once on the same night at Arthur Ashe Stadium, whatever, or at the pay-per-view that they did it at, did you think that they had a chance of jumping ahead?
Small chance. Small chance. Or not, if not jumping ahead, but coming up pretty close. It'd be another Monday Night War.
And where do you think they are now? Like, even with the mostly mediocre, sometimes decent Monday Night Raw.
They're just above Impact.
What does that mean?
They're
Like
not,
where are they?
they're not. They're. So here's WWE. They were coming up here. I think they. And Impact's here, so they're probably. What do you think?
Now we know on a typical weekly basis, SmackDown's probably the best show.
Yes, by far.
So SmackDown
Oh,
is
you're breaking out my shows. I still.
well, but SmackDown's
Okay.
the bar, right?
Right.
What's the next one down? Impact? Is it AEW Dynamite? Like a lot of times, Dynamite is a good show. So is
Impact is getting better.
Impact, I mean, with the Bully Ray versus Tommy Dreamer storyline that they got going on, it's very good.
Yeah.
But here's what, like, okay. So when it comes to WWE, I look at it and I go, okay, Raw's here. NXT, I actually think is right here right now, and then SmackDown is like here, right? And then if we look at everything else, I think Impact comes in right around the NXT level.
Okay, I agree.
Which means it's ahead of Raw.
Yeah.
Even though Raw has Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, and this week's Raw was very good. Very good. So I mean, like this week's Raw might be closer to up there, but the 3 hours they still struggle with. But when it comes to Dynamite and Rampage, like I don't think that it's here right now. I think that it's coming in at
under Impact.
Yeah. Like, and it's not that it's bad. It's just that I don't think it knows where it's going. Like Impact really looks like they have gone, okay, we're driving out to this pay-per-view and this is how we're going to get there. And everybody knows the writing is on the wall for that entire card.
Yep.
And it's like, so just let it roll.
Grisham just came back.
Although he's now signed to TNA.
Yeah. He's back in Impact.
But he was
Ring
of Honor.
Yeah, he was working with, I think, one off AEW.
Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Now he's back with TNA. Well, that makes sense because his wife's there.
Sure. So I just.
Oh, Keith Lee. So is Keith Lee written off now?
Oh my God.
Or she come back to face Swerve? And what's up with the two?
The fuck's up with Rick Ross? I think Terrence wanted me to talk about this actually. What the fuck is up with Rick Ross being in the ring with Keith Lee and Keith Lee not just being like, shut the fuck up, old man, hitting him.
And then he's like, slip like, you a big motherfucker. And even Keith Lee was like,
No, it wasn't you're a big, he did say motherfucker. And it might have been the you're a big motherfucker. And that might have been why he said cut him off. But the entire thing that they did, I mean, Parker Boudreaux beating up Keith Lee and all. Like,
I don't know who the other dude was either.
Apparently, he's a rapper.
So they figured they did. Action Bronson came in with Hook. Now they can bring them all in.
I don't know. But see, I have a problem with that because once again, Keith Lee's bigger than all them motherfuckers. He's bigger than all them motherfuckers. Like it literally should have taken all three of them to take him down, but instead
they did. They hit him with a chair. They fucked him up. They put him stretched him out on the damn thing. Which that whole jumping on my chest with a cinder block, that's taking it too far. I understand you're trying to get realism, but that was realism that killed that son of a bitch.
Well, you know as well as I do that it was
gimmick.
It was gimmick.
Yeah, but still.
But I was more okay with that it took all three of them to finally take him down because for the longest time it literally just took one of the ass boys to take him down. Like, and that's Keith fucking Lee. That's a former champ in NXT.
Champ.
In NXT.
It's Meechan's husband.
That's the dude that was the North American champion who beat Adam Cole for the world championship in NXT.
And he gave up the North American Championship.
Besides the point, he became the double champ, and upon going to AEW, has been a cruiserweight.
Yeah, he's a tag champ. All right. It's true.
It's been a cruiserweight.
All right. Do all your things, so you're not going to remember it. All your
Let me pull up the music first.
Can you remember your shit? Can you remember?
Can I remember?
Can you remember?
Can I remember?
Do you remember?
Do you remember the time? No, and the reason why I don't is because I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan. But on Instagram, you can follow me at Rob Pochak, at Rob Potsy Pochak, at Immortal the Comic, and at Junior High Horrors.
At SC Tino.
He's at SC Tino. On TikTok, you can follow at Potsy and Tino.
At Tino Gray.
At Tino Gray. At
is it Junior High Horrors? Potsy. Rob Potsy Pochak.
Rob Potsy
You
Pochak.
got too many. Twitter.
I only had one on that.
Twitter, I'm Pretty Fan 91. Go ahead, listen.
I'm at Pochak. And we're at Potsy and Tino.
And on Facebook, we're the Potsy and Tino Show. We're here each and every week right here on YouTube, Potsy and Tino Show, under the Potsy Fan Networks.
What's the channel for the YouTube?
God damn. Rob Potsy Pochak.
It's just Rob Pochak.
Rob Pochak.
Yeah.
Which you need to give us a thumbs up, click, like. Who's in the chats? Click, like.
Oh, we got people in the chats.
Buy our shit.
Please. It's Christmas time. Buy our shit.
Yeah. Perfect Christmas gifts.
Yeah, Potsy and Tino shirt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to see if I can find a hat.
Anything else that we're on that we need to talk about?
Twitch.
I do have Rob Potsy Pochak on Twitch, which I have been posting videos of me on Marvel Midnight Suns.
I want to see that.
It's excellent. It's a lot of fun.
What's the other? You on other apps you were saying?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not going to go into all those. Like Mastodon and Hive and no.
Bye.
Rob Potsy Pochak on all those.
I got you.
No, I got you. Finish your drink. You still got all that chocolate beer right there. Yeah, do it.
No, I got dry.
You want me to do it?
You drink it.
I'll do it. I'll do it before we get off here.
All right.
Got the peanut butter, got the chocolate. Here we go.
You guys have a very Merry Christmas. Hope you get everything you want from Santa. And you get everything you want from Santa. You guys, good night. Be safe.
Thank you so
Merry
much
Christmas.
for joining us. Once again, we will be back next week.
Yes.
We love y'all. And
thinking, butter,
bitch. He's doing his Tay Conti impression. With that said, yeah.